Well, howdy there, cowpokes, and welcome to the finale of the Wildfire Club. Say it ain't so, but sadly it is. But with that in mind, we still got one more episode, so before we get into whatever is about to happen here, let's introduce the lovely fun folks that has been throughout this entire series here of who they are and who they're playing, starting off with you, Humna. Humna, who are you and who are you playing?
Hello everyone, my name is Humna. I use any and all pronouns, and today I will be playing Avataha, who uses he, him pronouns. And I think that is all I really have to say for today. Today is going to be a wild one. I'm passing it over to Joe.
Hello everyone, I'm Josephine at scarydogfriend, and I will be playing Lizzie Stone, who uses she, her pronouns. Let's cry again today. I'll pass it over to Cam.
Cam, aka Caminator, and I'm playing Arizona Holloway. And it's gonna be for the last time. But maybe she'll live on. Maybe. Pass it back to Chris.
Hello, I am the man that's about to proceed with these tortures here, but hello, my name is Chris, and I am your GM for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, a couple things in case you missed them bad boys. Content warnings. If you type in the chat, !CW, you'll find all the content warnings for this episode and series in particular. In case you missed them, I'll read them out for you. Fantasy and gun violence, apocalypse, romance and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, severe weather, specifically forest fires and hurricanes, blood, real-world religions, familial struggle and loss, alcohol and drug use, trauma, references to mind manipulation and control, emotional and physical abuse, supernatural elements, and depictions of kidnapping and murder. If none of that floats your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. And also, if you want to follow me or any of the lovely cast members I have on my sides here, you can type !cast to see where they are in the big wide web internet there. But with that in mind, it's time for me to shut up and to get to that intro, as we got a lot to get through today. So for the last time, let's see that intro for the Wildfire Club, and we'll see you in a hot second, folks. See you soon.
You can borrow call.
We return in a similar state that most of you remember from the start of all this. It's pitch dark. As you begin to open your eyes, the echoes of that wildfire and everything it destroyed, it kind of lingers and echoes a bit in your mind, but as you guys are sort of beginning to wake up back into your physical bodies, you can feel the pain was very much suppressed. It is now full-blown, you feel it, as you see that you were pushed off one of the nearby cliffs, tumbled down pretty hard. You got cuts, bruises, scrapes, maybe a concussion or two that you'll have to deal with later, but it's a lot of pain. But as you guys are like beginning to pick yourselves up and understand what to do next, you are immediately met with victims. You see various skeletal corpses of individuals that you see one got impaled and was kind of stuck there. One seems to try to claw their way back up, all varying in different clothes and almost ways of trying to understand the situations they were in, as these are what appear to be more victims of the Heartfellows around you. How are we feeling going one by one here as you're sort of picking yourselves up? I think starting off with you, Ava, how do you feel after everything you've been through and waking up in
After learning everything, Ava feels a sense of, I think, like groundedness, oddly enough, despite everything being so fantastical and unreal. I think having the information, having gotten to talk to his mother one last time, speaking to this Heartfellow, I think it all just feels clear now. Like the clouds have parted and the sun is shining down. It's not a happy feeling, but it is a clear feeling. At least emotionally. Physically, Ava is in so much pain and is trying really hard to not let that cloud everything about his senses right now, because we need to find Dr. Moran.
getting up, piecing yourself together? Camera shifts over to you, Zona. How are you feeling in this instance?
I think that Zona is feeling just raw. There's not an ounce of like any. Usually Zona is very quick to like have things run off her back and take a joke and make things lighter, and there's not an ounce of that left in her. She is short with every one of her movements. She looks to Ava, she looks to Lizzie, and she's trying to make sure they're okay. More than anything, she's just angry. It's like she's finally allowed herself to be angry for the first time and admitting that something is upsetting to her.
And last but not least, Lizzie, how are you feeling in this instance? Lizzie, you are muted.
Fuck. I
Deep
can't.
in thought.
I'm so deep in thought. I can't feel grounded. I can't feel angry. I can't really move or do anything helpful in the this moment, it just feels like getting that much closure after so many years and still feeling guilt about something somewhere or another. It just feels like if I were alone in here, I would probably let myself die in here, but I think hearing Zona move around and Lizzie probably looks over and just sees Zona shuffling around and Abba just trying to make sense of everything, and Lizzie just going along with the group again is very much sits up to be, despite the fact that she's dissociating. She has to help. And that's what's going to help her surge forward and do what she needs to do. But not feeling much at the moment, just as a defense mechanism.
You're all getting up, helping each other. You can hear, because you're still, the way you were pushed off, it's like an open area. So you can still kind of hear muffles that the rest of the Heartfellows are still upstairs talking with one another. From what you can gather, which is only a few bits, they really do think you're dead. So in this instance, you have the upper hand. So what are we doing here as we get back up and sort of getting ourselves resituated?
Ava, I think, props himself up against the cave wall and will move along the wall for support quietly towards the rest of the crew, towards the other wildfires, and will whisper, "Are you two okay?"
Yeah, I think so.
What do we do?
Find him. Kill him.
How deep is the drop, Chris?
In terms of, let's say, it's like a bit of a slant, so maybe 30 feet. You should be dead by all accounts, but most likely has to do with the wild heart.
Can I make out if it sounds like they're leaving or anything like that? Or that they're still present?
Not really having to roll anything specific yet. They seem to be talking. They're moving and talking, so they're still in that open area that was on the top, but it seems like they're going into the tunnel soon.
And this is a dead end pit for victims.
Dead end, but there are tunnels around. The reason why most people, from what you can see, didn't make it out was because the jagged rocks either hit them and impaled them, or that fall just left them immobilized and slowly starved. But for the most part, there are ways to get out of here. Just nobody's really survived that big enough of a fall to get out.
My thinking is that if we can make sense of where to get out of here, we can get help. Cassidy, Jay, they don't want to help, but they're going to be able to see what we see.
I don't know if we have time to get help.
You said that it's slanted, right?
Yes, it's like a bit of a slope-ish.
Any way we could climb out?
Could. It's going to be a bit difficult given your states, but possible.
Lizzie just kind of looks at you, Zona, and looks around at all of the dead bodies.
Is there clothing?
Yeah, there's some clothing, there's some rip and tears, and there's fabric around if you need it.
I got an idea. Trust me. I'm gonna start taking some of the clothes off the dead bodies. Trying to be mindful of not leaving them completely nude or anything, like over shirts or stuff like that. And I'll take off. I know my own jacket and stuff, and I'm going to start tying like a rope together. My thought process here for above table is if we can get up and get the rope down, it'll be easier for us to climb. If one person can get up that 30 feet and then hold it or tie it to like a boulder or something so the other people can get up without harming themselves.
Definitely be quiet.
Yeah. Hopefully. What are our thoughts on that?
I mean,
I was thinking that you were gonna just learn some necromancy or something, but maybe that's not exactly what it is.
I mean, hold on a second. I do talk to the dead. Like that's I do got a lot of friends among the dead. Little wildfire action.
You could. You either can. Both valuable options.
I'll try out a little wildfire. Yeah. Fuck it. I don't get to use my wildfire too often, so.
Could also Human Torch out of this probably, but that would I imagine that'll be
that
loud
might
as
cook
hell.
us up a little.
Yeah.
Get it oven. What are you doing? Lovely. Let's make it a DC 8.
Okay, beautiful. My wildfire is a D10, so. A 7? Can I knock that adversity token down to make it an 8?
You can. You absolutely can. So with that, calling spirits, is there anything you want them specifically to do, or are you just calling out for people to help?
I think I'm just calling out for people to help. Like, I think while I'm like gathering clothes for it, I'm like talking to the dead bodies, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't mean to take your shirt, kind of thing. And if any of them respond or offer help, I'll let you, Chris, have fun. Like,
Gotcha. You're going about grabbing. You go over to what looks like to be a couple of people that worked here in the mines, a couple of miners. And as you sort of go and try to grab one of the cloths, you see one of the hands extend out and reach, grabbing you.
Jesus.
And non-verbally, you see they kind of sort of point to one of the nearby tunnels that you wouldn't be able to see. It's very much like Incredibles, where it's like you have to like move in a certain position, but you see there's sort of a sequence set of tunnel that they seem to be pointing towards.
Guys?
Yeah, what's up?
These gentlemen over here pointed us to a way out, and I'll kind of point to that.
Well, that makes things simple.
Okay.
Much easier. Thank you, kindly.
Yeah, thanks to
So
your
it's
friends.
just like thumbs up before just.
All right.
I'll
Yeah,
lead
that's
the way, I guess.
Lizzie, can we get some light?
Create some light.
Easy, well said. So you all begin to head towards the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. As you guys proceed forward, going in, it takes maybe a minute or two as you proceed to see one of this particular tunnel seems to be leading to an elevator. As you see that there is sort of that machinery that's sort of built into the place itself. And as you get to it, you see what looks like to be just a mini map. I think this is somewhat familiar to some of us, as you did have to kind of learn the structure of this place for the party, but not internally, and you can kind of see what the other half of what you weren't really paying attention to. But you see that this main elevator, while decommissioned, can work, and seems to have connections to all levels, including the top as well. So it's very much of like a multi-leveled, if you need to get to the top, here you go, here's the middle, here's the bottom, so it's like it can access any sort of level of tunnels. And you can sort of guess from where it is where exactly the Heartfellows are. The only thing that's a bit troublesome is it's a rickety piece of shit, so it's gonna make some noise when it starts going up.
There's not like oil around that we can use to grease this thing up. No way, right?
Yeah, no, nothing.
No,
'cause
I
it's
figured
been-
that's
this
a
is an
long shot.
old
That's a long
thing.
shot. Okay.
Well, it looks like we're gonna lose the element of surprise, so maybe we should just be ready for them to notice that we're trying to leave.
There any like rusty pickaxes, shovels?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Just Lizzie like catches the the rusty glint of one and just starts like passing things into our hands. Yeah. I'm gonna take a shovel specifically.
Okay. Are we ready? I guess this is it.
It's only the one of them. No, not the one of them. It's only how many people are there again? There's the father.
So from what you're remembering, Father Stone is up there, Rosa, Dr.
Fucking
Moran,
she. Yeah.
and such disdain for Rosa.
All of them.
Percy, but he is mind controlled, and that's
He's mind
it's not
controlled. Okay.
fully controlled of him.
Controlled specifically by Rosa, right?
By Dr. Moran.
By Dr. Moran. Okay, got it.
So they're all
So if
powered.
anything, Dr. Moran and Percy are probably together, and then the other two are by themselves, in a sense of like
Then
they
Rosa and
can hold
Father
their
Stone.
own.
I mean, I say we each take a bitch.
Yeah. We didn't get any idea what Rosa could do necessarily. She just disappeared. That
No.
one shot.
You saw her face. I think I'm trying to see who specifically you saw. I think it was Ava who saw it and Lizzie. You saw she could phase through things. So
Mm.
Price, just X-Men phasing through walls and stuff. If that's the limit of their power, you don't know, but you know that they can shift through walls and shit.
I mean, I doubt it's the only thing that she can do, but she kind of moves like a ghost, like through stuff.
Well, I wonder if you can still feel her heartbeat even through her phasing. You know?
Maybe.
She's still living while she's doing it, right?
That's true. I could try and track her that way, actually. Okay.
Okay, so we got something for her.
Okay.
Now,
Above table, what does
What about
Dr.
Father
Moran
Stone?
do again?
He is very much of do not get in close proximity because he will kind of mind control you. You see that
Oh, right,
when
he's-
he
okay,
speaks
he's
certain
the-
things, he can command you to
Yeah.
do things.
And then Father Stone's power is
I'm
telekinesis?
Telekinesis.
Yeah, telekinesis.
Yeah,
I'm trying to. It's
yeah.
telekinesis. So
'Cause he
very
can,
much
like,
of like picking up
yeah.
objects and moving them.
Dr.
Mhm.
Moran's relies on hearing.
We have to hear him.
We have to hear
Pretty
it.
much, yeah. You have to
Yeah.
understand what he's saying, and also maybe you don't know whether or not he needs his mouth, but you're pretty high chance you need your mouth to speak. So
I have an
Okay.
idea for the element of surprise again.
What are
Oh,
you thinking?
Okay.
Arizona, I don't know how big your magic, your powers have ever gotten. But there are still whispers in the bones and victims, the shadows of people who have died in here from one way or another. Mineshaft or Heartfellow, otherwise.
Mhm.
Ava, keep track of Rosa. You, every now and then we might need some kind of lackey to take a hit or something along those lines. Sorry. Oh, sounds promising. If we can climb even a little bit, follow the tunnels just a little bit, we get a little height on them. Because where we're at, we're like closer to, we're like underground at the moment anyway, right?
yeah, like the bottom of the base.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
probably like middle.
If we can get at least even a floor above them without the elevator, I can start smoking them out, and they'll have no choice but to start coming up, right?
I mean, that's true.
Everything is dusty down here. We might have to move quickly because I don't know if there's any dynamite gets old and things like that, and powder loses its power, but it could be dangerous. We're just sort of doing it willy-nilly.
I like that idea though. Can I try and ask like the bodies, the dead people to like help us out and fight with us?
They will help you. You just have to see if
Okay.
you can manifest them. It's the thing. So
Like how
Okay.
many? Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, well then I guess we start climbing.
Yeah.
We might want
Should
to do something to cover our ears.
Oh yeah.
In case
Whoa. Well, that would be the only advantage to there being any leftover explosives. Just make it loud enough.
Ears are ringing. All right, blow me away, Lizzie. Release my eardrums.
Let's get up at least a couple of the tunnels first.
Got it.
Should I do a brain check? Because I can just take the map maybe, or is it like a big plaque or something?
you can very much just break the glass at your elbow and just rip
Great.
it.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I will lead us to a higher level of the mine or the tunnels, and then I am gonna start catching things on fire.
Fantastic. I think in this instance, a wildfire check is just for you using your powers, making sure you're in control. Let's call it a DC 10.
18.
Fantastic. You have full control of your powers. You understand it through and through as you begin to just almost like using your fingers, like if somebody was smearing paint against a wall, you put your hands around it as you just melt it, light it on fire, and you see that veins catch on as you're just going up with the rest of everybody up. And you're all climbing, not using the elevator, if I'm mistaken. So just climbing.
One surprise.
Gotcha. So with that, climbing up, proceeding up now, roll necessary yet as you're climbing at your speed there and trying to get on the level just above where they are.
Yeah.
You come off of it. You see that where you are specifically seems to be maybe where the foreman's office is, or like where the offices within the mines are. As you sort of get up, you see there's like one of the nearby buildings that are very decrepit and old. As you are there and have a moment to yourself, you can still hear they're coming in this direction, so you know, just very light echoes. No light can be seen at this instance, but you know they're coming up.
Okay, let's see. You're up. And Ava's just like standing behind Lizzie with the pickaxe, like ready in hand.
Let's kick up the heat. This is a foreman's office, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So wood everywhere.
Wood. Yeah, and paper and dust and things like that. Like even a flour at some point can just become totally explosive. So that's what I'm hoping and counting on, that there's old food that turned to dust. And it's just it's weird how concentrated fire flowing from her hands seems to be. But she'll concentrate it on what seems to be like a chair, and then have it sort of spread like in a domino effect all around. All the paper starts to like go, all this history unfortunately going up in wisps in the air, but it's just the silent gratitude for everything in this room for helping us do what we need to do at the same time.
And where, after you're setting this office on fire, are you setting this office on fire, or are you just setting other things on fire?
I've been slowly leaving a trail.
I know
like,
that, but
things.
in terms of like where you are right now, are you setting the office, or are you hiding in the office?
Yeah.
Is my question.
We're setting the office here is fine to be on fire, right? Did we want to like? Okay, yeah, we're not chucking anything.
Because
The office is gonna go,
bail,
and we're bailing. Yeah.
So where are we? My question would be: is where are we stationing ourselves? Because you're like in the office in the tunnel. Where are you guys positioning? You're just like around the corners, and just getting ready to just bonk whoever comes in.
I think so. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So with that, you begin to set the fires. The ones that you sort of trail behind begin to like react, understanding they need to get hotter. And with that, you all feel the temperature in this place begin to get slightly hot as the sweat begins to sort of come off your brow. You notice the flame begin to, and then the talking that's going on between the Heartfellows begins to get slightly more panicky. The walking turns into footsteps of running as they're approaching. And with that, as continuing, you see they're coming out. First, you hear the voice of Father Stone. Blessed be the child, we need to get out of here. Which way? Rosa kind of goes, if my understanding's correct, it should be that way. And with that, you see Father Stone taking the lead. He's coming first into your opportunity of attack in a sense here. So are you going to wait for them to all come through, or are you just going to hit Father Stone first in the face?
We're definitely hitting Father Stone in the face. But I also, at some point, I want to alert Zona, or I don't know how prepared we have to be for this exactly, but can we get the ghosts or skeletons to act as sort of traps along their way as well? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna need a roll from Zona there if that's gonna happen.
I'll take that.
It's gonna be a little difficult. I'm gonna say 13.
Okay, so my wildfire is at a D10.
I can give you some stuff.
Explode. 6.
Do you have anything?
It's 7.
I have 2.
I can give you 3.
It's 5.
2.
I only have 1 adversity token, which I think I have to give you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. You have to get to a D10, so technically explodes on the 10. So
1, 2.
Oh,
and then I can take 2
4,
adversity
so.
from you too. Okay, so then
4 adversity tokens.
Okay, so I grabbed 4 and then I rolled my D10
D12.
again. Wait,
D12 because it explodes.
D12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I rolled a D10 because I'm a little silly goose.
No problem.
Fix that up. Come on. Why isn't it?
Rolling.
You need to get a 3 at least.
I'm trying to change my dice. I'll just hold on. Figure that out in a second. A 2.
Oof. Okay, well, I can still give you the other adversity
how are you
token I have.
helping Zona here? Because you see like they're working on it. You see the hands begin to slowly come up, and then they start to like fail in the instant. So how do you help Zona in this last instance? Really, like
I am gonna remind Arizona Holloway about the Lord's Prayer.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ! You know who won't leave you.
And on the 3rd day,
here, I'm
he
trying
was
to like, I'm
resurrected.
fucking struggling, gritting my teeth, trying to figure out.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this
It's
day.
making me more and more pissed off.
Just religion.
These
like,
miners were
shut
all
the hell
Catholics.
up,
They were all
Lizzie!
Protestants or something.
And by golly, it works. He has risen, you know?
Okay, that's all my
Fantastic.
tokens to you.
All your prayers.
Thank you.
With that, you see that as they all are in like this clearing, you use your power and you see what looks like to be these shadowy like skeletons begin to almost like a web begin to like compact into each other, blocking the exit or any other way of escaping as they're just in this sort of large dome-like clearing. With that, you hear Dr. Moran go, "Son of a bitch, y'all still alive!" As you see he's screaming out. You gotta be fucking kidding me!
Then I'll slam my rusty tetanus shovel
Oh my god.
into Father
Tetanus
Stone.
shovel.
Fantastic. I'm gonna need a fight check if you'd be so kind.
Absolutely.
He's an old man, so he does not exactly have. You gotta beat a 1.
My hands are so sweaty. I got a 3. So
you're dangerous. With that, you see Father Stone preparing himself, his wildfire, as he seems to have like picked up several rocks. And Lizzie, you come in and hitting him in like the side. Or you like, what are you trying to do harm-wise to this man?
Hamna.
Answer the question.
I'll get
first.
to Hamna. Yeah, I'll get to
Cool. In the face. In the eyes, in like hopefully cracking his forehead open, that sort of hit.
I would say with the hit, it being old, you smack him across the face. You hit him so hard that since this is an old thing, it just breaks off. But you hit him square in the nose. You hear crunch, blood coming off, him screaming in pain. Oh! Going off to the side, the rest of them are alerted, seeing which direction you're in now. Ava, what are you doing in this instance?
My task was to make sure that we keep track of Rosa, and so as soon as Lizzie attacks Father Stone, I am going to start like wailing, like screaming, like singing into the tunnel with the specific purpose of activating my wildfire for Rosa.
Fantastic. They rolled, so you gotta beat a 5 DC with your wildfire.
I'm rolling a d12. Please don't fail me now. I got a 6.
You guys are playing with fire here. But with that,
we literally are.
You are screeching almost like a banshee in a sense, as you're just screeching, your vibrations going off, while everybody can kind of see what's before them. You can almost see your own voice traveling, hitting off the various walls, bouncing, and as it hits the floor, providing almost like an echolocation with those sort of reverberations, you see that immediately they have already dived into the ground, and almost like some sort of fucked up mole is coming in direction towards Lizzie as they are slowly beginning to appear behind, getting ready to like grab Lizzie by the hair and just slam him down.
So specifically, I'm increasing Rosa's heart rate so that she's easier for me to track.
Fantastic. I'm saying that's what you can see where they're going in that instance.
And do I have a second to like react, or is that like quote unquote my turn in the combat?
You can react in this instance. You have one quick thing to react before they do what they're gonna do.
Okay. In this moment, then, as I like. In that moment that I realize where Rosa is going, I turn, I look at Lizzie, and I'm so sorry, Lizzie, I don't have time to warn you. Ava is just going to tackle Lizzie out of the way.
Fantastic. For this instance here, let's make it technically a bronze. So if you want to make a brawn check here, let's make it a 6 DC 6.
All right. Well, I have a D6 in bronze, so
She's gonna explode.
I got a 4. Hold on.
Any tokens?
Okay, my adversity tokens count for +2, and I have 1, so I'm going to use it to get a 6.
Lucky. As you see that you're coming up, they're getting ready to backhand you, but with that, you're able to dodge out the way. Are you tackling them? You just pushing Lizzie out the way?
Yeah, I'm like tackling Lizzie, like trying to grab her and like move out of the way from the location on the ground where Rosa's about to come up.
Fantastic. Lizzie, you get concerned. You're like, oh no, they got Ava, but luckily Ava just pushes you off onto the ground. You see that Rosa tries to grab you, misses, and then almost like a dolphin goes right back into the ground and just phases through as they continue. You're still tracking them, seeing where they are, but okay. Lizzie pushed off to the side. In that instance, you see the other ones go around. Father Stone's looking at you. Child, why? Why are you here? You should be with the good Lord. It makes no sense.
No man.
Peace.
No man, no human or otherwise is telling me or deciding when I'm dead. And I'm gonna go for his eyes again with just punching.
Okay, he gets a shot here because it's his turn.
Absolutely.
So, seeing that going on, he's gonna try to back off. I'm gonna need a. If you're are you gonna fight him or Braun push him over? So it's.
It's fighting.
Fighting.
It's fighting.
Right, fight check if you be so kind. You have to be. I got to. He is not
5
built for this. Fantastic.
Oh.
You see, he begins to use his wildfire to grab the ground, pushing what looks like to be these various rocks in your way, but your pure amount of heat that you have on you, it's almost like melts within a field of your own as you're able to grab him again near the eyes. Are you just beating the living daylights out of him, or are you doing it?
Yes, because I'm figuring specifically getting his face, like giving him some kind of awful concussion here, because if he can't see anything, if he doesn't know what's around him, that's her kind of focus, right?
Gotcha. Fantastic. So you're just hitting his head against the wall as you're dealing with your father-in-law. With that Zona, you see at this moment Dr. Moran being protected by Percy, whose eyes are like behind the back of his head, very much in that mind control stance. And with that, he whispers in the direction of Percy as he begins to pull out his gun and go towards the rest of you, as Dr. Moran books it to the left, going into the office.
Okay. I'm gonna go for Dr. Moran. I'm gonna instruct my like a couple of ghosts or zombies, however we're doing it, is to go for Percy, and I'm hoping for them to basically, like, I don't care if they make him like deaf or fuck up his ears. Like, I'm just trying to make sure he cannot continue to be controlled, like cover them up somehow.
So Ghost focusing on holding Percy down.
Yeah, Percy.
Dr. Moran fucking his ears or whatever, so he's not really.
No, I'm hoping the ghosts fuck with Percy's ears so that Percy does not get to be controlled anymore. I'm covering up my ears, and I'm going for Dr. Moran. Do I have my gun on me?
I'm gonna say probably not, because you just fell and all that, so you don't have your weapon on you.
Fuck, that's
Percy's
fair.
got his gun, so that's there. But with that,
actually, hold on. I'm gonna take Percy's gun first. Before I go after Dr. Moran, I'm staying here and I'm taking Percy's gun, and then I'm going after Dr. Moran. I need a gun.
Fuck up his ears and get a gun. Is what our objective is.
Yeah, I'm having them hopefully distract him, and I'm trying to get his gun away from him. I need a gun. I want a gun.
DC 10. Either Wildfire to use your ghost to like make him cover his ears, or Braun to just grab the gun out of his hand.
Okay. Wait, it's a D12, so let's do Wildfire and make it fun.
Gotcha. So we're incapacitating him.
A 6. I'm really not rolling well tonight. I'm just gonna take the L.
Gotcha. With that adversity token for you, you are running up, trying to get to him, and at this moment, you see that Percy understands who you are and knows what your go-to moves are. As you try to do like one of your moves you usually do to like incapacitate somebody or to go out the way, he is able to grab you by your foot, drag you down, and he headbutts you on top of the head with his gun. I need a witch check if you'd be so kind. DC 7 still.
Okay.
Not a witch, fucking
grit
check. Yes.
No, I get what you're saying. DC 7 grit. A 9. Oh my god.
You're able to. This isn't your first time you've been pistol whipped in the head. So with that, your head hits the floor, reverberates like a basketball in the court. But as you're able to sort of pick yourself back up, you have to immediately take cover as just pew, 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 shots begin to go wide, flinging. That's happening there. The rest of you see that Rose is still like jaws, sharks, just going around seeing who they're gonna pick off. For you, Lizzie, you see Dr. Moran immediately goes into the nearby office and is looking for something immediately.
What's the state of my father-in-law?
He is like very wobbly. If he gets one more hit, he's probably down for the count. But you see that there's just rage inside of him. Almost like dust is floating around him in anger. And he goes, "Child, you would have made my son disappointed. I The Lord has given you a chance to be something how you could have been yourself. Stop fighting me. Just let it happen.
I think, unfortunately, he is one of the stronger powers going on in this room, so Stone has to go before I can address Dr. Moran. And I don't know if it's not going to be fully lethal. Obviously, if we leave him behind, the smoke is gonna get him. So she's just gonna let that be whatever. And she's just gonna get one more good hit into his head into the heated ground or wall and just get him unconscious because she's not gonna listen to this anymore.
Help that motherfucker.
DC 3. He is an old man. He can't catch hands.
8.
How do you incapacitate your father-in-law here? If you do incapacitate, just
in between all his talking, it's just like almost as if in the nature of just backhanding your father-in-law, like just this old guy. She just like slams his head into the wall, and make sure to check that there's no more rising earth all around us.
Yeah, you grab him as he's mid-sentence, slam him against the wall as some blood from his mouth just goes against it before he just sloops down. No rising earth, so he's out for this at the moment.
Okay. Good.
Fantastic. With that, Ava, what are you doing in this instance here? As you see Father Stone's out, you still have Percy, who's just shooting blindly towards you, and also Rosa, who's jawing right now, very much like a shark in the water, just waiting for their moment. And Dr. Moran is in the office trying to look for something.
I want to create a scenario for myself where I am trying to bait Rosa to come out where I am. So I want to put myself in like separated from the rest of the fight that's going on, and kind of like out in the open in like a very vulnerable position, so that Rosa thinks that ideally will think that it is best to come up where I am.
Fantastic. Not too big of a problem now rolling necessarily, as you're just acting like, oh, I'm running away, and sort of making yourself like a target in the water here. So they're chasing after you. They look like they're about to come up. Are you going to do anything specific, or are you just kind of just like waiting for like almost a catch-a-mole to just hit them upside the head when they come up?
Yeah, I'm going to, as soon as Rosa comes up and I can feel her heart beating, rising from the earth beneath me, I am going to try and time the swing of my pickaxe just right so that the sharp end of it basically pins her into the wall to my side. So I'm going like, gotcha. I'm swinging, and hopefully the timing is right so that when she gets up, she gets smacked mid-swing and then is pinned to the cave wall.
Gotcha. If you'd be so kind, DC 8 is going to be a fight check in this instance.
Okay, please. I got a 9.
You guys are playing. You are dancing.
I was so close.
With that, you see they are coming up, coming out of the stone as they're about to grab you, trying to go for like the neck or somewhere to like really incapacitate you, but you take it, swing so hard and fast that you can hear the flesh go through, crack a bone, and you can see their heartbeat actually reacting in real time, going faster and faster with the adrenaline as you right into the stone, as they just give the most blood-curdling screech on the side as they go, "You motherfucker!" Ah!
And I am banking on Rosa being too injured to like phase out of this pin, but that is a gamble that I am taking because I don't know how her powers work. But as soon as I have her pinned, I'm going to yell out to Lizzie and Zona, "I got her!"
Oh shit. Good job, Alva!
Fantastic. In this instance, back to you, Zona. As you're like, good job, but as you are saying that, Percy finds you and begins to shoot in your direction here. What are you doing in this instance?
Okay, he still has his gun in his hand. Where are my guys? Where are my undead buddies?
They're just kind of still providing what looks like to be like, they can't escape backwards. So they're primarily like this webbed-like wall of corpses that are just like webbing and in-betweening, making sure they don't go anywhere.
Okay.
But they're waiting at your command, whatever you want to do.
Okay, am I on the ground or am I standing?
You're like finding cover in this instance. You're like one of the nearby pillars.
Okay. In that case, he's in front of me. He's shooting. I'm finding cover behind like a rock or something. Is his back to the wall of corpses?
Kind of. He's like maybe 40 feet away. He's like very much like in the middle of this place. So he's not like, his back isn't against it because he walked a bit.
Okay. Do I have I have a pickaxe or something in my hand, right?
Yeah. You have a weapon, yeah?
This might be crazy. I'm gonna try and like pop out and fucking nail it in his torso, like toss it. But soon as I throw it, I'm also running full quarterback like style or tackler, whatever. I don't know football, but like
tackling.
But
it's
Zona
tackling.
does. I'm running full football style like this and just tackling him. Yes, tackling. Thank you for being the only. Yes.
Gotcha. So that's gonna be a fight check here.
Mhm.
So let's see what you're gonna run.
I'm trying to get him into the wall of corpses so they will hold him.
Gotcha. So I'll leave it up to you. Either bronze or fight. Because either bronze to like push him, or fight to like, like really tackle him into it and like push him into it. So it's gonna be a DC 12. I will let you know that.
Okay.
I'll let you choose your
Brawn, I have to get a 12 to do this, guys. I have a D12. Come on. Explode. That is a 9.
Got a 9. All right, another adversity token there. With that, you go in, try to tackle him. He moves a bit, but Percy's a little bit built and stockier. And with that, almost like Frankenstein, just giving, not really talking, but like giving grunts, takes his hands and just hits you on your back there, putting you to the ground. So I'm going to need another grit check of 12 if he beats it.
Okay.
Damn,
Okay.
that's rough.
Okay, I could feel that in my back. That's a 6.
Take a point of damage there as
Okay.
you are, I believe, at
I'm severe.
severe. Okay,
I'm at
fantastic.
severe.
So adversity tokens, 1. You need 2 adversity tokens to count for 1 now. As you get severe, you'll feel back slightly, not necessarily break. Something is broken in that instance, but he grabs you and is beginning to just wail on you at this moment as he's just bah, 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 as your blood's going onto the soil. As you see this, Zona's in a bit of a pickle here as Percy is a little bit stronger in this instance than Zona. But at the same time, you see that Dr. Moran doing his thing, goes into the office, goes in, and you see that he grabs out what looks like to be some sort of, not necessarily old piece of tech, but more of like a detonator of some sorts. As he gets in the middle, goes, "All right, listen up. You're not dead. I can live with that. But I'm gonna ask respectfully that you let me go. It's in your best interest. Let's be very honest here. You're forgetting Lizzie is still wanted by the police for all kinds of contraband. And at the moment, it doesn't look too good that you started a fire in the mine. So how about we let bygones be bygones? Okay? If not, I'm gonna blow you to Kingdom Come."
You can't do that without blowing yourself up, too.
Oh, sweet summer child, I know my way out of here. You, on the other hand, are a little bit unfamiliar with these tunnels. So, how about you take the pickaxe out of my wife, and I also stop wailing on your pathetic friend.
Ava looks over, like their eyes meet. Zona and Lizzie's like trying to gather like what we want to do.
I would like to do a brain check here, Chris.
Gotcha.
Oh.
To see. Because, of course, it's possible he just put new dynamite or like something along those lines in here, right? But I guess it's just sort of a matter of like, due to time, dynamite power, explosives being left out, that sort of thing. If these are old explosives, is he bluffing? Is maybe a better question.
Make a brains check here. Oh, it's like a 10.
I have to explode, so it's unlikely, but that's a 6. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
From what you're
I don't
seeing,
get that.
Whether he's bluffing or not, it's not uncommon for people especially when you're looking at what you see in his hand, you have some vague movie knowledge of some dude who set up fuses of whatever.
You know what?
Bond film of something. Of some
you know
sort.
what? I don't care. Lizzie is just like, I think Ava and Arizona are just gonna see Lizzie stand there stalwart. And she's just like, we will not take the pick out of your wife. And you can run out of here if you want to try.
Rosa kind of goes, "You pathetic fools! He's never gonna leave me. He is the love of my life. We are soulmates. Isn't that right, baby?"
And Ava is going to like press the pickaxe further into the wall and say, "If you really love her, then drop the detonator." Gently on the desk.
You see, there's a tense moment. He goes towards the office, places it down. Rosa, just want to let you know, babe, the time we had was very special. And I'll see you in another life. As you see, he presses the button and at the same time pulls something that's underneath the desk. As you see what looks like to be a trap door goes under, and immediately before you're able to react, you hear
Oh.
as several explosions begin to go off in this instance. Lizzie, what are you doing here?
So Chris, would like to extend in a crazy way my wildfire to protect us all from the fire. Besides
all
Rosa.
of us? Besides
just the three of us.
Fuck Rosa. Percy?
Railing on me right now, but also
He's also
I'll let
mind
you decide,
controlled,
actually.
So like, yeah, you.
He's mind controlled. I think it can translate because you are actively in battle right now. I think I have to get Percy.
Gotcha.
But almost as if I am like, with our heart and soul link, it's almost, whether it looks like force fields or it just looks like pods or bubbles all around us, Lizzie's just like, I'm going to be able to do this. I apologize for my godliness in this moment as a mere mortal, but no, she's like, I know I can do this. So I would like to do that. Use my wildfire to protect everyone besides Rosa and my father-in-law.
go Lizzie. Go Lizzie.
Fantastic.
Come on.
DC
Come on,
12.
Liz. Come on,
12?
Lizzie Stone.
Yep.
Lizzie motherfucking Stone.
That's a 16.
With that, I don't think, again, intentionally, you understanding what's going on, time slows down for you. And with that, the heat that's around you begins to rise up as you notice that not necessarily clothes is burning away, but more of like something overcompasses it. As you see what looks like to be bright blue flames that are hotter than what's around you begin to encompass everything around you until you are fully this amalgamation of a fire blue-ish goddess, if you are going to describe it that way. And with that, putting both your hands up as the wall dissipates of whatever these ghostly entities are, and yours begins to go up as the explosion begins to fight against it, as this clash of blue and red begin to go into each other. It begins to go around whatever, very much like an open bubble, not necessarily a full one. As it goes around, you Rosa screaming the living daylights out of her as she is burned to a crisp. And your father-in-law doesn't make any sound as he also is just burned as they turn into just ash. No bones, nothing left, nothing but just pure dust. As you... The fire dies out, and you're safe from that sort of heat, but you need to get out of here as you notice that the place around you begins to crumble in this sense. At this moment, Zona, you were getting wailed on by Percy, but with Dr. Moran leaving and very much this flame like kicking him back, you see he goes unconscious in this moment. As you see, you're safe, you need to get out of here, but Percy's unconscious here.
Can I fireman carry him like over my shoulder?
You fantastic will. But for my other lovelies, what are we doing here? We're all just bucking it up.
Booking it, yeah.
Yeah, when the fire had consumed us, I think because it was protecting us specifically, but not necessarily anything else, the pickaxe in Ava's hand got like impossibly hot and he like dropped it, and so he is running out with no weapon in hand.
With that, you all proceed to run up, carrying very much a little bit more difficult than others. As you all begin to run, pieces are falling off. Everything that's around it begins to get destroyed. You see, like, the main elevator shaft that was here before completely crumbles as everything's falling around. Climbing up. If I be so kind, just for shits and giggles here. Can everybody make a flight check for me? Let's make it a... You don't have any resistance, so DC 7.
7 exactly. Oh my god.
7 exactly.
I got a 3.
Not gonna be good for me.
Got a 3.
6.
6. You have a adversity token if you want to use it.
Oh, I do. Well, I am severely injured.
Gotcha.
Can I have 4 adversity tokens. Can I toss them out to...
You toss them out to Lizzie. I don't know if it's gonna help Ava here in this
No,
instance.
I got a 3.
So you can't...
Well, I have a D4 in flight, so if you give me 1, I can.
I'll give you
again.
1. And then
Fantastic.
how
So
many
Lizzie,
do you
you're
need?
good. You have there
Josephine?
just
Good.
1.
Just 1? Okay.
Yep.
God damn it! I have 6 total.
I still have 2 left. Hold on, because I gave 1 each, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you
So
another
you-
1 to bring it up to 7.
One more.
Oh,
As you're
thank you.
burning the last, how are you
got you.
helping? I think Lizzie's not too big of a problem. You just, pick them up. But you see Ava is very much struggling in this instance, and they trip for a moment here as you're carrying Percy. So how are you helping Ava in this instance as this fire is, like, very close to them catching up?
As it's like starting to... The fire is like starting to like lick Ava's ankles, I'm assuming, and you're like running. I take your like arm and wrap mine around it, and I just go and stride with me. Come on, Princey. And I'm like, it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like counting it out. Like I'm really getting into these football drill analogies.
It's just the memory of you in high school.
The
just, like,
instinct
really kicked
It really did
kicks in.
kickstart it, yeah.
It's like I was a quarterback. And just
I was a
really
quarterback,
kicked-
guys. I was a high school quarterback. I'm very
High
cool.
But with that, you begin to in unison, going up. Lizzie, you have no problem getting out. But with that, the two of you, flame coming, everything crumbling, you have to literally jump and like almost like baseball dive into the dirt as you see the last of the crumbling begins to. And with that, you find yourselves outside. In this instance, it's a bit relief. It's daytime, so you're guessing maybe it's been not, just a couple hours since you went out. Around you, you see the aftermath of the storm. There's pieces of twigs broken, debris and everything. But the search parties that were around are not really here anymore. But as you're looking through, you do see that Dr. Moran, just from his tracks, seems to be headed back into town. And from what you're guessing, you could kind of make a good guess that he's headed to the Iron Bowl, where everybody is. So in this instance, you have Percy unconscious with you. Are you guys making your way back to town, or what are you doing?
We have cars here, right?
We should.
Theoretically have car, yeah.
We should. Whose car did we take?
It wasn't mine because I have
Can't
a
recall.
motorcycle.
I think it was yours, Zona.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah.
I'll throw Percy in the back of my car, and I'll just
Yeah.
kind of turn to you guys and be like, where do we go from here?
We need Jay to cover for us, and we need to be at the ranch at the very least. It's on the outskirts of town. Like I can't risk getting arrested at this point. We
We can't just let
I
Dr.
don't know,
Moran
we-
go, though.
No, we can't. No.
Absolutely not.
I hate to suggest it, but I think we just need to stop him. We need to go to town, follow his tracks, and show everyone, tell everyone. I know it sounds crazy, but they have to believe us, right?
I don't even know where Lola is. I don't know where.
Thing is, I think we should prepare for the possibility that they don't believe us. And I think we should do whatever we need to do anyway.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we have Percy. He's a witness. So maybe that'll help.
We can't. We need to make sure that he doesn't get messed up like that again.
You can drop them
Dr.
off at the
Moran.
hospital or at the ranch.
I don't know. I want to see if we can talk to Jay or Cassidy or something, anybody. But he's already out there. He might as well already be in town on the road. Let's just get in the car. Let's move.
So are we headed towards the Iron Bowl, or where are we going here? We gonna drop anybody off? Where are we going?
I say we drop Percy off, honestly, somewhere first. I don't trust Percy being with us,
Sure.
is my thing.
Maybe ranch.
Yeah, maybe ranch is better.
Fantastic. So just for the sake of expediency, you're dropping off Percy there, and then where are we headed after that? We're gonna head where Dr. Moran's going.
Is Jay around?
No, I think get to the ranch, kind of going through. Everybody was at the search party, and before that, it was the emergency meeting for the town. So,
Right.
if anything, they probably may have resumed the meeting, maybe adding more stuff to talk about.
Can you remind me of the search party?
Search party was because Lola's sister broke out and was trying to save you guys. But
Yeah.
shot Percy, quotation marks. So they very much was like looking for Lola's sister. And you as well, primarily, is the other thing as well.
Is there Is there a phone?
Yeah, before you can get into the ranch. Nobody's at the ranch at the moment, but you can very much get in, have a phone there.
I think as soon as I see it, at the very least, I might, to waste our time, potentially, I'm going to call Lola.
So calling the bar? Or it's probably the only number you know where they're at, so it's probably only...
Okay, probably, yeah.
With that going and dialing, are you guys doing anything with Percy, or are you just like letting him rest?
Any first aid that he might need, we'll administer.
Gotcha. Going about that, phone picks up. You see Frank is on the line. This is the Iron Bell. How can I help you?
Franklin, do not react. Is Lola there?
Why, yes, Mom. Lola is here.
Get her on the phone.
Is that a wise decision, Mom? That doesn't seem like, you should have let me know when you were back in town.
It's life or death. Fucking do it.
Fine. And with that, you see he puts the phone against his chest. You can hear, phone. My mother. As he kind of just get, and then you see the phone picks up with that, hello?
Is Dr. Moran in the bar yet?
Yeah, why? He came into town. He said there was an accident at the mine.
Whatever he says is fucking bullshit. He's the one that's behind all of this.
You sure?
I need you to be
Because
careful.
he's saying that you're not the father-in-law. There's the reason why I was kidnapped.
Listen. There's a reason he's had so much influence, that he's been able to assemble all of us with such... being so inconspicuous the entire time. He's just been able to hide it through everything. It is him. Be careful.
Okay. Right now he's getting patched up and they're asking questions he's answering. So I think the more time you give him, the more he's gonna try to spin whatever.
Okay. So he's in town. He's getting patched up. We're still trying to figure out a way for me to get into town to fucking not get... Okay, well, I'm glad you're
Go in
okay.
the fucking trunk or something.
That's an idea. We're coming.
Okay. Hurry up.
Okay.
Hang up the phone.
Hang up. He's in town already.
Fuck.
I mean, I figured as much.
Lola says she's okay. But she says that the longer we give him, the more he's able to rile people up.
Yeah, we really need to go after him now.
I'm gonna get in the trunk.
What?
I can't show my face. I can't lie good, but I need to be there too. I need to figure out a way to do this surreptitiously, something.
We're gonna need you there, Lizzie. You can't just be in the trunk the whole time.
Put me in an alley, we'll figure it out.
Get you going behind a dumpster out back or something, or back
Exactly.
entrance of the kitchen.
Okay.
We'll work at that. We'll work it out like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
come
open
on.
up the
Let's
trunk
go.
and I'll throw a pack of cigarettes in there for you too, just in case you want.
That is the
Please
dumbest
do
fucking
not
idea.
smell
And a hot
that.
box
Right
my truck.
next to the gasoline.
Yeah, literally.
With that, Lizzie, you get in the back of the truck. You guys book it to the Iron Ball. Are you going to the Iron Ball, or are you just going into town first? I'm very curious. You know that's
Going to the
Iron
Iron
Bowl.
Bowl, because that's where he is.
Yeah.
Double checking. So booking it going down there. You guys begin to get around the corner. You can see that again. The town is in a bit of a shambles as the storm really messed things up a bit. You can see there's debris and whatnot covered all over the Iron Bowl, and people are currently taking out furniture and putting it back where it was as they used it kind of haphazardly to sort of cover the door from anything like budging or breaking through. But everybody's in the Iron Bull, and as you sort of driving past, you do get a glimpse of what looks like to be Dr. Moran getting patched up. He's talking with everybody. As you see, everybody's in town is there, and he's just talking and talking. You don't know what he's saying because you're in the car parking, but he seems to be spinning a tale already.
Okay.
But you might be the best one to go in first. I'll take care of Lizzie and put her in the kitchen in the back.
Okay. As soon as you can, you gotta join us. I think we all need to be here for this.
I'll back up like into the alley, and I'll just like look real quick before I open up the trunk. I'll look in the kitchen. Is anybody in there?
Nope, nobody's in there. It's empty.
Okay, cool.
Everybody's
I'll
like very
unlock
much like in the bar.
Yeah, I'll unlock the trunk and open it up and let you in the kitchen. I'm gonna go into the front like a couple of minutes after Ava.
Fantastic. Ava, you go in, you see the bar, it's got people, some of them are hurt, some of them are trying to get, reacclimated. But as you enter in, you see Dr. Moran reacts almost like a scared little child and kind of goes, "Oh, there they are, there he is." You see the sheriff kind of go, "Ava, I'm gonna need you. Calm down, take a seat. Over there, be so kind."
Calm down. I haven't done anything.
Bullshit, they killed my Rosa. They took the love of my life away. You're responsible for everything. Them, and Zona, and Lizzie. Everything that's happened because of them.
What exactly are you claiming that we did? What is everything?
Sean goes, "We're gonna get to that. We're gonna. I just need you to take a seat. Where's Lola? I mean, where's Lizzie and where's Zona? Zona at this point, I think you come in. You see him very much putting on a show. He almost gives himself a heart attack as he kind of like, oh gosh, see."
The hell's going on?
He's claiming
I
that
don't
we
know.
are responsible for everything.
You see the sheriff kind of goes, "Zona, where's Lizzie?"
I don't know. I haven't seen her today.
"Can you please take a seat with Ava? Then if you'd be so kind."
I'll take a seat. I don't have a weapon on me! Okay.
I mean, he has his weapon on him, just to let you know.
I know, I'm so acutely aware.
And in this instance, you begin to go sit down. Okay, Dr. Moran, please explain to all of us again, because we're still trying to get our heads around it. He goes, "Yeah. Okay, so, where should I start? Can I get a glass of water first?" And you see Frank goes, "Yeah, here you go, doctor." Kind of hands the glass. Okay. So, I was working one of the Wildfire clubs, as you know, working one of the shifts late last night. Everybody mostly went home. And then, out of nowhere, as I was closing up shop and everything, Father Stone came to me, which I thought was really fucking weird. And he said he wanted to talk with me and kind of confess things. I thought it was really weird because it's like, hey, that's your job. Why? I'm a therapist, I understand. But, being the guy I am, I sat down with him, I talked, Rosa was there, and he essentially was telling us that he started the wildfire with Rosa. And I was fucking completely astonished at that. That one, my wife set almost half the town on fire, and he went on to explain that it was a way of getting Cyclone to shut down the Q zone, to get them out, right? Because if he was able to start this fire, he can get Cyclone out, make him look bad, get him out before the town vote. And he knew about it because, guys would come in and confess, and he learned about it. Essentially what happened, what he told me, was that him, Lizzie, Rosa, Ava, and Zona all worked together to start the fire, right? Ava, with their parents knew kind of cyclone structures and, all the buildings and, what exactly would be the best place to start the fire. Zona, working at the ranch, knows a lot about the forest and everything, so they were able to hide up in the dark. And then with Lizzie, since they ran the bar, they were able to get any kind of material they needed to set the fire ablaze, propane, and any of that, and kind of cover it under the guise of the bar. But Father Stone started feeling guilty because his son died, and he felt that confliction, I guess, that what he's doing wasn't of God, his whole thing. And he said, and I talked to him, he planned on coming out today and sort of letting everybody know, since everybody was going to be at the emergency meeting. But then, when I went and I heard the news, with my wife and everything, that he kidnapped Lizzie is what he did. He told me later on to try to get Lizzie to confess, because he didn't just want it to be on his conscience. He wanted everybody to know what was going on. So he kidnapped Lizzie, and he kidnapped Lola as leverage, which I told him why, I don't know, but he did. But then after that, I came in, I was shot, and the whole thing, but Percy got back up. He didn't want to let Zona out there on their own. So I called my wife, I took Percy and all of us, and we went up towards the search party. But when we were sort of parking in, we saw that the Father Stone was running into the mines and was being chased by the other three. So we followed suit. We didn't know what was going on. We thought maybe they caught him or whatever, and they were talking through. But as we get into the mines and everything, and you see he has to take a moment, and everybody's like, it's okay, just, well, they must have, they had the party at the mine, so they probably knew their way around it, and they somehow managed to set off maybe a couple of the old explosives in the tunnel with the dynamite, and the whole thing collapsed. I tried to get my wife out, but she got crumbled, and Percy, I don't know what happened to him, he got stuck, and I just ran. I ran so I could get here, and now I don't know where Lizzie's at, but these two are the only people alive that are part of this conspiracy to get Cyclone out of here. And that's all I know. That's all I know. And I'm having a really hard time trying to keep it together. I'm sorry, everyone. And you see, there's sort of just a round of just like, it's okay, Dr. Moran. Just like, there's some people crying, some people giving sympathies. It's not looking too good for you in this scenario here. And at that moment, Lola is there, kind of working behind the bar, looking at you, kind of like doesn't know what to believe. But in this instance, you see the sheriff go, okay, thank you for understanding, thanks for the clearing up. Now, do you care to explain whatever your side of this is?
A whole lot of bullshit.
Who is in attendance right now? Like I'm hearing and seeing everything from this little kitchen window or something, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, you can see Jay's there. You can see that Franklin's there.
Alyssa, or is she still in the hospital?
She is. She ran off, so Alyssa's not
she
there.
Ran off.
Lola's there for sure. Your dad's here as well, Ava. As you see, he's kind of looking a little bit horrified, but also confused. The sheriff as well, the mayor, pretty much mostly everyone except for Lola's sister, Percy, and of course the other two that died.
Is Cyrus here?
Cyrus is here as well, yeah. You do see that.
Oh, is Cassidy?
Yeah, Cassidy's there too.
Because if you're looking for people who've been mind controlled by Dr. Moran, Cyrus was one of them.
True.
So you do notice that mostly everybody's here except for those individuals. So it's an emergency meeting, so everybody in town is here. And you do notice, without having to roll anything, Dr. Moran has a bit of a leg up because people trust him. He's the town's therapist. He's listened to all their problems and given advice. He's helped out. He's run the Wildfire Club. He hasn't shown any instance of his deceitfulness to anybody. Everybody just sees him as the guy that helps.
I think Ava just kind of scoffs at that and says, even putting aside the fact that there is a huge hole in your story, Dr. Moran. I mean, you claim that your wife was a part of this conspiracy, and yet you, still laid in bed with her every night? Didn't tell anybody? Didn't tell the sheriff? Called your wife to come and chase after us, specifically. Even putting aside that hole in your story. That's not even where the story really begins, though, is it, Dr. Moran? It begins, hundreds of years ago?
You see the sheriff go, I'm sorry, what?
This is gonna sound ridiculous. But there are things going on here in Hearth Valley that Dr. Moran is right that there is some sort of conspiracy group happening, but it is not us that's at the center of it. It's him and his wife, Rosa. They have been here for decades, centuries, even. As part of some sort of cult, and all of the people that have been going missing in town, all of the people that have been killed, it's all because of them.
Your dad kind of gets up. Avo, sweetheart, I understand you're going through a lot right now.
No, it's not.
You do need to tell this. He's not hundreds of years old.
He is. And so was Mom. She was a part of it too.
Now your mom.
And so was Zona's dad. John Holloway, Mr. Holloway. And I think it's very clear that Ava recognizes just how terrible this all sounds, and is trying really desperately to try and make sense of it, but it's coming across even more kind of desperate because of that. And he's and Dr. Moran has been mind controlling people to help him in it. I mean, you can even ask Cyrus, it happened to you, right?
Well, I don't remember what happened, but I mean, if we're trying to connect dots, I did talk with Dr. Moran before I kind of passed out.
You didn't pass out. You came and attacked my parents and then me on the side of the road because he was controlling you.
I mean, you see somebody in the car. So is he like a Ruski? So is he like?
Yes, exactly. We'll get
him on communist charges. You see, they're gonna, no, you idiot. The Russians don't have mind control. I'm just fucking sorry. And you see, he kind of goes, in real reality, people, just to mind control, not necessarily out of the league, but in terms of the way that's being described here, it doesn't seem, unless he used the drugs or whatever, I mean, I don't really see how that could be possible.
Okay,
I'll bust out of the kitchen.
Oh, yes!
You bust out the kitchen, you see there's just a dead quiet.
Let's talk about reality. How long have all of you people in this room known me, the three of us in particular? We got the daughter of John Holloway. Pain in the ass, Arizona is, but always someone who was consistent and reliable when you needed her to do something. We have, yes, the child of the head's a cyclone, but if you open your eyes and you realize the work that Ava has done for your children to make themselves more comfortable in the music and art that we have in this town, you would see something extremely special. And me. Would you not think for even 1 second that somebody planted something extremely as suspicious as an entire duffel bag of drugs in my own home? There were multiple accounts, witnesses who are too fucking pussy to step up and see that all the Cyclone documents were on the level that were in my home. I'm here because I have felt that I needed to hide from all of you, that there was for some reason some sort of shame. Dr. Moran has provided the town something ever since Cassidy Kane went missing, was able to provide his services in that sort of way, but Dr. Moran has not been here for as long as our family's blood have been on this ground. All of you need to open your ears, open your eyes, talk a little bit more, process a little bit more about what's going on, and not see his reputation or his prestige here when he is a stranger. Indeed, there are strange happenings here that are not of God. There is magics. There are strange things happening. Memories fading, things going missing, people walking away. But I'll show you anything. I'll tell you anything. And what I say is the truth.
In this moment, Dr. Moran kind of gets up. He has sort of like one of those like blankets that the emergency services gives, and he goes over. You know what, folks? I think I understand what's going on here. Lizzie, you worked yourself to the bone. I mean, you lost your husband. You lost your parents. You lied about your pregnancy. Your father-in-law is dead. You are alone, and I understand that you've done all this from a place of trying to be the person this place needs you to be. And I know that you all probably felt that Cyclone was not best for the town. I agree too. But killing people, saying that I'm sort of immortal, it's typical behavior of someone who has problems, and it's not. You can say it. We're all here to help. Avo, as he's saying that, what are you?
Can I do like a brains check or something to see what is the best way to bait Dr. Moran into using his powers on me? And like right here.
Make a brains check 5. It's not too difficult. I'm very curious.
Oh.
Got an idea.
God damn it!
Idea?
I got a 3.
Fuck! I don't have any more adversity tokens
Me
to give you.
neither. I don't have.
There's only so much I can give.
Okay.
Very ironclad. What about you, Zona?
Okay. Oh, this is so out of left field. I'm gonna look around the room. I've been in this town for my whole life. I know just about everyone in this room, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a wildfire check. Can I try and summon someone close to them who has died? one for each of them as ghosts. I know this will be a hard one, but just like to prove that we're telling the truth.
DC 8. And I will say for you, Ava, while you do not know, there was probably something that you could goat him. It's just you don't know exactly what to insult him on. You can throw insults and see what it is. But as you know, as a person, just from context, you don't know what hit. He's a person that literally just gave up his wife for power. So what does that say with the kind of person he is? That's really all you have to base off of.
I love the way you just said what it is. Like
what it is. It's what it is.
What it is. Oh, what's up?
So what did you get there, Zena? It's so
I haven't rolled yet. Okay. I'm gonna do my little tidbit speech and then I'm gonna roll. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, all y'all know us, and I know what we're saying sounds impossible and insane. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs, and I will try. An 8! I got a 5! Ah! I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna...
In this instance, you try pulling out, and it does kind of succeed for some people. I won't say it won't completely fail, but it doesn't necessarily pull the crowd. It still makes it sort of 50-50. As you notice that the people you have interacted with do see some.
And I make a bargain with you, Chris.
We
Cologne.
get the bad ending, is what happens.
Okay, you get the bad ending now. Okay, we're getting bargain. We're at the bargaining stage, so continue.
Here, Josephine out.
Okay.
I will go to the next injury level.
Okay.
Or I will permanently make any of my stats worse. Or I will do something about my own life force here to connect any amount of my power, stats, whatever, life to Zona right now to bolster the link between the ghosts and Zona.
If we can all feel that Zona's doing this, can I also help as well to perhaps mitigate the consequences across the two of us?
Guys, let's hold hands.
I'm sensing a summoning circle here, so a very bewitched vibe. So essentially, you all notice that you're in dire straits. You understand that Dr. Moran has more in terms of with this place, and the only thing that can necessarily save you right now is the same thing he gave you, essentially. So for my other two, if you'd be so kind and roll me a d8 in this instance, we'll make it group.
Just a d8?
As you see, it is not a d8, your Wildfire, but it's a DC 8. So same DC,
I see,
but
okay.
your Wildfire. As you notice that you begin to not really focus on who you are as people, but necessarily what connects you all.
Focus on the community, guys. Community.
Okay. I got a 7, but I'm using that adversity token I got from my just now failed roll to make that a 9.
Yeah.
17.
Oh.
I'm very
That's so
curious.
cool.
In this instance, how do you two help Zona? As you see Zona's trying their best.
So basically, whatever, I don't know, Arizona, if there's like a physical thing that you do as you're like getting the ghosts around. I just want to get that image really quick.
I would say like the physical thing I do is I like slightly lift my hands and spread out my fingers just as a kind of like releasing them from like rising motion, you know, like this.
There's a story in the Bible where there are these followers who not only were able to walk through a flaming pit and survive by the end of it, but also there's another story where there were followers, these women who were able to hold fire above their heads because that proved that they were true worshipers at the same time. I want, just as everything has been my hands, Lizzie raises a hand almost in like this triptych that we're creating in this room between the three of us, right? That link from, although ethereal and invisible, certain lines connecting ghosts to the earth may be, it's almost as if she creates a controlled fire that just shows that link from the impossible depths of the ground into this link towards the ghosts that you're trying to manifest, to give them light, to show them the way that we need them to go.
In all of this, our heartbeats have been connected. We've felt that from the first time that the spark of our wildfires lit. And so I think Ava can sense the way in which Zona's heartbeat stutters as they are trying to manifest these ghosts. And I think in that space where your heart trips, Ava's hand metaphorically reaches out for yours, and Ava's wildfire reaches out for yours and quiets your heart, allowing you to go into a space of zen. Sorry, excuse me. Allowing you to go into a space of zen so that you can really focus in on your heart, on your wildfire, on these people that you are trying to call on.
And I think, Zona, you go at the attention of trying to bring these ghosts back. But with all of you connected, especially with the entity this is behind, I think it goes a step further. As you see, what comes out isn't shadow, but that same blue-like mist as it goes into the heart of each and every person that is here. And while you do show them the people you've lost, you connect them even further as each of these people, while not as significant as you three and Dr. Moran, become connected to the wild heart, to your power. As you can see what looks like to be almost like looking up at the night sky with those sort of starry constellations, as each person's heart is a different color, a different hue, a different shade, as they all begin to have their own moments before they snap back into reality. Dr. Moran's kind of looking around. It's understandable, isn't it? And with that, you see the person that kind of stands up first is Jay. Kind of goes, I don't know much about Fuckstick here, but I do know one thing. It's that these three have been the only ones around town actually helping people. After that, Lola kind of goes, Lizzie has hurt people, but they would never do this. Dr. Moran, you can't be serious, people. Look, they found evidence in Lizzie's house, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's concerning. As you see, his facade kind of drops 2 seconds before it's concerning. I mean, we're just gonna let slide? They committed murder. What evidence do we have? You see, Ellis goes, look, Sheriff, there's a tape. Maybe that can clear things up. My wife, I heard that a couple guys found it at the dump again, so maybe we can look there. You see, detective? No. We're not going to prolong this. They're fucking guilty. Arrest them. It's for the betterment of the town. As you see, he's kind of unraveling here. What are you guys doing in this instance? You have your upper hand, so if you're gonna keep adding on to this is your moment.
Honestly, I think in Ava's mind, the best thing to do is to let him unravel himself. And to let the wild heart speak for itself to everyone.
It's like you've seen pathetic men before, but this is a whole new level of low. As you see that when people bring up points, he's less and less therapeutic and more unhinged. To the point he goes up to the sheriff. You need to arrest these people. They are criminals. They are deviants. They are foreign elements to this place we call home. And he goes, I don't feel comfortable doing that. You see in this instance, he grabs the sheriff's gun and begins to almost point it in a direction, but as he does, you all notice that time begins to slow around all of it. And the lightness of the outside turns into something of like that dark the forest has. You're all able to move about and whatnot, but you notice that the gun dissipates from his hand. He goes, what the fuck? What is this? What did you do? You didn't. He kind of goes up to all of you. You didn't let it. It's sleeping, right? You didn't just let it awake. You didn't just let it out, did you?
What are you talking about?
You have no idea. He's not your friend. It wants to kill you. You need to turn whatever it is off before it finds us.
It wants to kill you, maybe.
It's gonna kill all of us. You use the power just as well. I mean, you've killed people, you've hurt people. It's just, we can work together. I understand. I've done some
The difference
bad
is
things.
we talked to it. And I'll take my chances, I think.
What do you want? You want money? You want power? You want to live a long life? I mean, I can give you that. Hell, I'll leave. I'll give you everything. Don't.
Is Franklin recording?
Franklin, you see that it's just you four. You notice that it's almost like you're being separated from everyone.
Okay.
And you can feel that something's coming towards you the longer you keep this open.
Okay.
We'll keep him distracted.
Power, money, anything. So when fuck you, you want your family back together? I mean, I could probably figure out how to bring your dad back. I mean, your mom. Fuck it, you want her dead? You want her alive? I mean, anything like that? I mean, Ava, you want Cyclogon?
Do you
I want
hear
Cyclogon.
yourself?
I can understand, but it's bargaining. This is a business. This is what we do. This is what being immortal
People's
thing about it. Big deal.
lives are not to be bargained with, or not a business.
Look, and you see, I'm begging you, it's just, I've lived a long time. I've lost touch with my humanity. I come from a time where a fucking rattlesnake would bite you in the ass and you would die. So, you know, I don't wanna die.
We don't want anything that you could possibly give us.
Listen.
And after all, time comes for everybody.
And you see, he goes over to you, Lizzie. I got rid of Samson. You didn't fucking like him. I mean, shit, Samson and Father Stone's dead. You can be with Lola. Do you want to live together? You can finally have what you always wanted. All right, your parents never understood you. I mean, I provided you with a new life.
I punch him across the
You
face.
can live.
I just need him to shut up. Like,
Please, Lizzie, you don't understand.
To quote a phrase from the Bible without context. They mount up to the heaven. They go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man and are at their wits' end. Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distresses. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still. Then are they glad because they be quiet, so he bringeth them into their desired haven. Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men. Let them exalt him also in the congregation of the people
and praise him in the assembly of the elders.
You see he begins to just back away from all of you. Listen, and you see he bumps into the same tree you saw before in the grove, and he goes, no, it wasn't me. I am not the leader. I would love to see you free. As you start to see what looks like to be roots begin to snake around him and begin to grab onto his legs as he begins to.
Amen.
Oh. Wait, please, no, wait, no. And you see it begins to cover every crevice. It starts by restraining him and then proceeds to go inside and out. As you see, he begins to get dragged in. He deserves it. It's still not nice to look at as you see he begins to be encompassed, going into the ground, and as he's grasping for air, trying to grab for anything, you see the vestige of one of these entities come into view. As you see Amber Woods looks him in the eyes and shoves him into the ground. As you see what looks like to be his face in agonizing horror begins to be imprinted into that tree as Dr. Moran is no more. In this instance, you see the wild heart begin to manifest. Thank you so much for returning this ill-conceived trait into my grasp. Amber certainly thanks you as well. As you see, they kind of wave awkwardly.
Thank you.
I am at my full power once more. So, your deal, or your end, is agreed. I have a lot to clean up, but I did promise you something if you did complete your task, but it does look like you will need some time. I will come back, but you must answer that question of whether or not you wish to keep my power. Is that agreeable to all parties?
Yeah.
Yes.
Understood. And oh, while they are not here to say it, your parents are very proud of them for making the choices they didn't. Understand.
Definitely need to sleep on that one.
And as you pull out of reality, everything kind of snaps back. And while it is mute for the most part, you can see that Dr. Moran's body is still there, but he's looked like he's gone into a sort of catatonic state. As you see people are like kind of around trying to figure out what's happened, as his body may be here, but his spirit is gone. And in this moment, after everything that's happened, you've won. And you have a peace, finally. But that question is still lingering in that background as you take the time you need to heal. And I think it's a good spot here to take a quick break. So with that, everyone, we're not done yet. We're going to take a quick break here. And when we get back, we'll get with the second half of this. So use El Baño, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. We'll see you soon, folks. Hello, everyone, and welcome to essentially the epilogue here. I think with that, let's get into it as we return back on Hearth Valley as a week has passed. Debris has been cleaned up. People are kind of going back to normal. Lizzie, for the most part, has been acquitted of the crimes that they were of, as apparently, just through looking and investigating, it wasn't really it felt like it was more planted than anything, so they kind of dropped the case. Dr. Moran is incapacitated for the foreseeable future, so he's just on a respirator, waiting for somebody to pick him up, but no one ever will. But out of everything, what about our character? As they are preparing tonight for their ultimate meeting with the Wild Heart. But first we focus in on Ava. Ava, you're at your parents' place. You see your dad is in the kitchen, very much a bit of concerned as he's holding a photo of you, your mom, and him. As he's kind of looking on it and kind of sees you, he goes, "Oh, hey, kiddo.
Hey, Dad.
How you doing?"
Oh. What are you looking at?
Summer vacation. Your mom particularly liked this photo. She said it made her look good.
And I think Ava sits next to his dad at the table and kind of looks over his shoulder at the picture. What is it a picture of exactly?
You took a summer vacation down south somewhere. At the moment, it's just a lot of you smiling at the beach, really. It's just, you remember that vacation particularly because it was the most your mom ever felt carefree in an instance. She didn't really get deep into the cyclone yet, and you were maybe about 4-ish at this point, so it was a time where your parents were generally, they're always, happy together, but in this moment it was very much they didn't remember who they were in that moment.
You do look happy.
Yeah, she loved that place, but we'll never be able to go with her there again, and also I quit Cyclone, so we probably won't have the money to go back there for I don't know how long.
That's okay. We'll figure it out together.
Sorry I didn't believe you, kiddo, when I should have. I gotta...
That's okay. It was a lot, and I mean, someone rolls up and says, "Oh, people are immortal with powers and part of a cult." It's hard to believe. I get it.
Well, we have a big decision. I think it's best you make. I gotta get a job, kiddo. And it's either I do that here or we leave. I'm fine with either way, but I know how you feel about this plan. So ultimately, you're gonna have the big grown-up decision here.
I mean, and Ava's, I think, looking at this picture of him as a child and his parents. For everything that she didn't really tell us, one thing she did, in a weird way maybe, but is that this place is special. And I don't know. I have been here for so long now, and it just feels like we can't just wreck this town and then leave,
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable.
I just feel like we owe it to the people here to stay and to, build something different together. Plus, I kind of like it here.
Yeah, it's a nice commute. You don't have to worry about traffic. But, as long as I got you, kiddo. He's kind of hugs you on the side.
Ava hugs back. We can do anything.
Yeah, I packed up the car for your camping trip there, so you should be all set.
Thanks. I just yeah, I just need some time away, before coming back and doing everything. I just haven't really had time to process everything, and Mom being gone, and it's just
Yeah. Enjoy the night out. I mean, be careful. The bears are in season. I think if it's black, you run away, and if it's brown, you stare it down, or it could be the other way around. Just don't
I think I'll just stay away
get into a fight
from
with a bear.
bears. Yeah.
Yeah, just generally, But if you gotta, depending on what it is, you either stay there or you fight. I'll let you decide what that is.
Right. Maybe I'll ask Zona before I leave. I'm sure she knows
that's good.
the right way to
That's
the right way to be.
That's why you're smarter than me, honey. And you're gonna kiss you in the head. I gotta go and get some job interviews, so I'll see you later.
Good luck.
Thanks. Heads out, leaving you in this picture of your mom and your parents. The camera shifts over. Lizzie, going over to you. You drop off one of the nearby Home Depot boxes that are there, and kind of just off. And you see Lola kind of picks it up, puts it in their RV. I think that is the last of it. Thanks for helping.
She is so sad. As she's gonna do it. She puts everything where it needs to be. She's like, that we'll go on top of that, and that won't get crushed over there. And she's just pouting. And she just says, yep.
Lizzie, after everything that's happened, I don't really want to stay here anymore. I mean, my dad's fine now, so he should be able to run the place with my sister. Since she left Cyclone, I feel like this is my only shot to find out who I am,
I understand. Completely.
But, Lizzie, he kind of comes over, holding your hand. I heard they say cowboying is not exactly a solo job, or, we could be wanderers together, in a sense. It's an RV, there's room for two.
Everything's really hard. I wonders if it even crossed her mind, or she's surprised by the thought. I've never thought about leaving before. But I know you have a schedule. I know you're thinking about when you're leaving, how soon that is and everything, but if you give me till maybe tonight to think about it, I do want to go with you. But I gotta make my way back at some point.
It's understandable. Now, I mean, we waited this long to get together. You don't think a couple more hours would hurt?
I don't have that many things to pack if I'm ready to go tonight, but I just gotta do just one last thing before I think I can.
Put that finger around your hair and kind of go, well, all I need is you.
Just looks in her eyes for as long as I can. Tonight.
Yeah, and here you go. You see they toss a can up to you. That is bug spray, so you'll need that for tonight, because mosquito season is fucking hell right now.
Yeah, the mosquitoes ate me alive in particular.
Give Zona and Ava my best.
Yeah, I will.
Well, let me just make sure the other two don't burn down this place and make sure and kind of goes off, leaving you be as you and the camera sort of pans away. And we go over to last but not least, Zona. Zona, you're kind of here by the stalls. You kind of called back and you see sort of coming in very much with a limp. As you see there's sort of like a bandage around his leg as Percy kind of comes up to you, kind of goes, well, if it ain't the hero of this place.
Hardly.
Yeah, you saved my ass. But I don't rightly deserve it, to say the least.
It's okay. I gotta kick it a little bit too, so got my licks in.
I heard I beat the shit out of you for a hot second, so don't get you wrong. I may be old, but I ain't that old.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I called you here. It was not right what I did, so I talked with the old man. Not only are you free still from all the other bullshit that we do, but also he wants to give you a job. My job, to be specific.
You're not going back?
No, I think I gotta leave this place. You know, there's 4-6 down south. Need some help, so I think I can help out there, get some Texas sun, but I don't deserve to be happy here. Not after what I've done. You, on the other hand, if you want the job, it's yours. Or you can take up like your dad and just explore. Get the money for it. Your mom, while she's a pain in the fucking ass, she'll be alright.
Since I saved your life and all, I think you probably owe me a request.
As long as it's not breakdancing, anything.
Oh, you'd be shit at it anyway. Don't leave. Go back to head ranch or take the job. It's a hell of a lot better having someone like you who's learned from their mistakes in a position like that than someone like me who's still got a hell of a lot of mistakes to learn from.
My only concern here, kiddo, is that I abused your trust on it. Will you be able to trust me to do our job?
Trust gets broken all the time, and it is horrible, but I've known you for decades. It takes a hell of a lot more than that to put me off you. And besides, I'm probably going to piss you off in a bit, because I'm thinking of stealing a horse and going out my own way.
Well, if you're gonna steal a horse, take Nessie, because she's been itching for the forest again, so you're gonna take one, take down one, and thank you. You know, you really are a fucking Holloway, I swear.
Apple doesn't fall far.
It's getting dark. If you go meet your friends out there, you better get going. And if anybody asks, I didn't see you.
I wouldn't tell anybody that you did. I'm gonna head back to the ranch, take Nessie, getting the fuck out of here. Oh, and also probably stealing a horse like trailer and stuff, because your girl is a thief.
Fantastic. And as you do, night comes around, somewhere deep within the national park, as the three of you are around a bonfire. looking up at the starry night sky and the weird summer that was this. And as you're all around with yourselves, you see the entity begin to come back to Fro. Well, I think it's time that we got our answer. Are you keeping my power, or are you giving it back? You muted.
Ain't mine.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Lizzie
Sorry.
conjures her wildfire it conjures as blue, and I think into the campfire in front of us. She just like puts her hand through and it doesn't burn her. And then she takes it out just to feel that for one last time. It's yours. Take it back.
See, they put their hand around your hand, and the flame dies down, almost if it's somebody was turning down the gas on a stove. Thank you. Goes over to you, Zona. Are you keeping it or giving it back?
It ain't mine. And I prefer to be friends with the living anyway.
With that, they grab it as you see the smoky mist begin to go into their body. And last but not least, as they focus on you, Ava, same question.
And Ava, I think, takes a second to listen to the heartbeats of his friends here. You know, this power, this wildfire has connected me to the people around me in a way I've never felt before. But it was stolen. And like they said, it's not mine. And hell, there are other ways to connect to the people around me, and so, as much as it pains me, please, take it back.
You see, almost like coming out of your mouth, just the whispers as they consume in, as you all give this power back to this entity. We may never meet again, so let me make it plainly clear. Thank you for everything that you did and sacrificed for not only me, but also for the people you loved. I didn't think mortal were worth my time, to be honest, but you're much more complex creatures than I assumed. You are good people. Thank you for fighting for me and for fighting for your home.
Just don't go around forgetting that ever again.
I will try to be kinder, more open. But I think your fire is dimming. So go, live your life, knowing you did the right. This moment, this entity here begins to dissipate away. The camera follows each of you going back home. For you, Ava, I think maybe another night at the Iron Bowl, as you see Cyrus is there along with Frank, who's recording everything, and in this moment you feel for the first time in a long time at home. Lizzie, you go around back and you see that Lola's waiting by the RV. Chief, you get in. She tosses you over the map. And you start driving. And around the corner there, you, Zona, with your horse. And your truck, with your, not necessarily truck, but your car. Wonder where to go next. Because it doesn't really matter. As a Holloway's a Holloway. Whether they like it or not, they're gonna get into some trouble, and for you, that's gonna be some stories. The camera pans out over all of you. And over that summer, that faithful year in Hearth Valley. With the one and only Wildfire. And that is where we shall end our story for today. Yay! With that, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful series with us here today. With that in mind, before I get to the end of this, a couple of outros as people are here and performed. So, starting off with you, Cam, who are you? Who'd you play? And where can people find you on the great wide internet?
Hi, I'm Cam. I played Arizona Holloway, and you can find me at cam.nader or cam_nader on just about every social media platform. I'll kick it over to Josephine.
Hello, everyone. I have been Josephine at scarydogfriend. I have been Lizzie Stone, she, her pronouns. Very brief stint in becoming a fire goddess, but we are just people. I'll pass it over to Hamna.
Hello everyone, my name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer and producer. You can find me all over the social medias at LilithTTRPG. You should also follow my multimedia production studio, Tender Vicious Studios, which you can find all over the social medias at Tender Vicious Studios or tendervicious.com. We have a audio drama TTRPG actual play podcast out right now called Laurie's House, which is a story about imperfect memory, identity, and community. You should check it out. It is very good in my opinion, and we just released episode 5 not too long ago, so you've still got, some content to catch up on. But yeah, that's me. I will pass things over to Chris.
And hello everyone, I've been the producer, GM, villainous, dubious villain for these preceding evenings. You can find me on Blue Sky for the most part at VO Cologne at COLON, and of course Taíno Tales, where we have more stuff coming along the way. In terms of what we got going on, this was finale, so we should have this uploaded for you soon. But also, the final episode of the re-uploads for the Mythic Initiative is also happening this week as well. So it's big finale week for us here. Beyond that, this was an official Kids on Bikes hack, so thank you for the folks there for the support and all that as well. Hopefully, I am working on it, so if you ever want to play the Wildfire Club rule set yourself, you can do that soon for free. We love that word. But I'm working on it, so it will come out when I feel that it is proper and ready. So be patient with me. Besides that, we have another show in the works, Ascension. That's for the Cobalt's Great program, but that's for later. Until now, thank you for joining us for this wonderful series here, and we can't wait to see you next time on another Taíno Tale. But until then, we hope you have a lovely evening and a wonderful rest of your summer. Till then, everyone, bye-bye.